Hello. How are we's? How are you's? How are they's? How's it goes?
I'm wearing a
Um,
different shirt today because it was storming when I left work, so I didn't take a shower, but I did.
that's fair. Cheers, cause I just I don't know. I
Cheers,
made
bud.
a oh cheers, there we go.
Sorry, I was upping your
I
volume.
oh that's fair. Um, I just made a. I used some of that pineapple syrup again. I'm trying to use it,
Nice.
so it was with just the tequila instead of whiskey this time. Anyways, uh I was we went to Costco finally for like the first time in forever. And wait, did we talk about this already?
Mm.
No. Okay. I couldn't remember.
I don't
Shit.
think we did.
I don't want to say I don't think so because we went this twice this week instead because we like went once and it was like super crazy busy and so we kind of like got what we were gonna grab and then a little bit extra just to throw in the freezer and then like we were just like man like those tariff things might be like hitting soon so we're like fuck it, let's go back. And it wasn't that busy, so we were able to actually kind of like take our time and still. We just only obviously we didn't get a lot of everything we got before. We just got like more meat and stuff, really. But like we also got they have this crack mix. We call it crack mix. It's like a peanut. It's all like peanut butter stuff. That it's like it's got like peanut M and M's. It's got little baby peanut buttercups. It's got peanut chocolate chips, um, and then like peanut filled mini pretzels
Oh, nice.
and peanuts. And it like I don't know, like as soon as we get it, like we got it on Tuesday, and yeah, that shit was gone in. It's half gone at this point. It's been 2 days.
Yeah, I can
It,
believe
I
that.
and I just and I just told you like I went and like I was like I don't really have time to make like a real snack and that's there, so I just took like two handfuls and I was like man, it's
Yeah,
gonna be gone. Like
dude,
which I gotta try and not eat it this weekend.
I told you I was stopping to I was gonna smash some food before we started, and I'm glad I
Yeah,
did, because literally I was like, fucking, I threw the food in the microwave and like changed my shirt real quick and dried my hair, and like the cleaning people showed up and they're like, "Hello," I'm like, "Oh no," I'm like that would have been so embarrassing to be like, um, I'm doing this thing. Can you
yeah, that
please
would have
take my
been really.
trash? I need my trash taken. It smells bad.
That's so funny. Because clearly you're not doing business with a shirt like that on. They're like,
I mean, I could.
I work for a knockoff.
Uh,
uh, but yeah, I no, I was like that was really interesting to I was like sorry, that is not the interesting part. That shit's awesome. Um the other one is like dude, like I hate fucking just giant crowds of people in the store.
same, dude. I get monstrously overwhelmed in Costco. Luckily, Chrissy is cool with me just like running off and doing stuff. But man, I used to go with some ex girlfriends, and then of course with the parents when I lived with them, and they'd get mad at me for getting overwhelmed, and I'd be like, "You need to let me wander." Like I can go get everything. Let me go get all this shit because I can't sit here and follow.
Yeah, I we just kind of like for me it's not even necessarily that. It's just like I get mad at like there's this like woman that like she's clearly like just kind of like there's a guy behind us with a giant cart trying to push the stuff, and she's just like taking her time doing whatever, and then I like hear her husband to ask him, go get me another one of those samples, and I'm like, oh, like double monster. Like, you're taking your time being an asshole to the worker behind you, and you're ordering your husband to get another. I'm like, I get it, you get the one, but like, what the fuck? I'm like, come on. Like, that was like some of those like those little baby interactions in there, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
you're terrible.
Dude, I had one time where I think it was with Destiny. Yeah. Where it was just fucking packed, and I like could not get the cart through. Like, couldn't turn, couldn't anything, and it was a full cart. I fucking lifted it up and fucking slid it to the side and then just walked to where I was going. And, you know, I'm trying not to get pissed off. I've worked through the anger shit in therapy now, but at the time I didn't. But fucking, I'm walking through, just clear pissed off, like blah, blah. I get to the thing, I grab it, I walk back, and I put it in the cart. And this dude, like, off to the side was like, you were in the military, weren't you? And I'm like, yeah, I was. And he's like, dude, you just lifted that whole thing, slid it over, and like your whole demeanor just changed from like, I'm at the store to I'm on a mission. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm so mad. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, that's literally the last thing I needed.
I may or may not have definitely done that a couple times in the past. Like, when I'm just like, all right, fuck it. Like, just, all right, I'm sliding my shit out the way. Like, it's, yeah, because I'm like, just be, most people are kind of like, yeah, there's like courtesy of like walking around. I'm like, god damn it, dude. And then, it's so hard to like, I remember like getting these fucking pizzas, the old, the Red Baron deep dish ones, but then like, my mom used to get the ones at Sam's Club where they had like the cubed pepperonis. They're like really baby ones.
Sorry,
like baby cubes.
Pepperoni, not ham. Sorry, pepperoni. I liked ham. The cubed ham was gross.
Yeah, no. It was the cubed pepperonis, and the way they cooked was fucking like. I smashed those as a kid, and then they changed the recipe, and then also my mom stopped shopping there for a while. Sometime, and like every time I see a mini pizza, I always look at it and I'm like, are you the same? Can you give me that feeling I miss? No.
Dude, I fucking lived off those things when I lived in your house. Like,
you're so good.
I was like, I don't feel like cooking after work, and then like we already have so many dishes from you guys cooking, and I usually do the dishes, and I'm not complaining, but I'm like, I'm not gonna do dishes to cook to do dishes. So I used your fucking air fryer, and just fucking every day was those mini pizzas, man.
Uh-oh.
Also, you froze. I hope you're still there. You froze like this.
You froze.
Uh-oh.
Hello, we're back. Yeah, sorry that I froze. I don't know how long I froze. I was watching. It looked not that long, because I saw it right away.
No, it wasn't that long. I kept recording.
It helps that we're looking.
Yeah, I hoped you would come back, but you didn't, so I paused and then started watching the TikToks. But yeah, dude, I fucking lived off those pizzas, man. Those things.
Yeah.
And somehow I lost weight. Like, dude, I was eating fucking mini pizzas and fucking Doritos. Like, I was living the gamer lifestyle, man.
I mean, to be fair, I think at the time you were also working a lot, so it's like if
yeah, that's another reason I was losing weight too.
But it's yeah, I want to get those sometimes. I forgot that Melissa is gonna be she's hanging out with Rachel tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to get some pizza tomorrow. I think.
I have some
in
my freezer. The Red
It's one of the
Baron-
options.
The Red Baron deep dish personal pizzas I have in my freezer right now.
Maybe I should do that. Just go get fucking 2 boxes of those and just make those for dinner.
Dude, get the
I don't know.
Get the DiGiorno ones. They're pretty damn good.
I don't know. I still desperately miss the breakfast ones.
Yeah.
Like, not the croissant ones. The original. I'm like, ah. They have a giant breakfast pizza at the front. It is pretty good. I will say, I've had it a couple times because I tend to, like, every time I end up going there in the morning, like on a day off, because that's what I've done it quite a few times. I just end up fucking, I'm like, I can't not get this breakfast. It's a solid, like, 10-inch pizza, and it's a biscuit crust and shit. The white sauce, sausage, egg, cheese, bacon, I think. But it hits. And I'm like, all right. The only other one I want to try is at some point I really do want to do that, like order all the old school shit.
We've talked about that, and I was like, that's what I'm looking for now. I'm like, I know we had it like Googled. I was like, I'm gonna find it because we could do that. Get a few and just have them.
Like, that stuff is so good, and I'm like, or at least I remember it being that good, and I'm sure it's still, like, it's not great, but it's still gonna be the same as it was, especially if we cook it the right way instead of, like, I don't know. What'll be nice is, like, because there'll be enough of them that we can just make them and we can eat them as they cool, so we can be like, all right, that's the level of, like, you have to wait 5 minutes, you have to wait 10 minutes.
Yeah, do an actual study on it.
Yeah, we're gonna I'm down for that. That's some scientific shit I'm down for. Hey, we can do that and that. I was gonna say that's another option for the fucking the flush meal.
Honestly, yeah. Dude.
You can just test.
Yeah. Dude, I thought about doing that this weekend. Like, cause what day is today? The 1st, 2nd, the 3rd. I'm going down to Kansas. So Saturday, I'm gonna go down there, go see my grandpa, and then stepmom. Names are confusing now. It's her birthday, so I'm gonna go down there. Say hello.
Yeah, you're saying that. Yeah.
Again. But I might fuck around and have bottled mag citrate in the car.
Honestly, there's part of me that's like, it is a positive to do that because it's not your toilet and it's not your house to do that in, so it's it doesn't matter. But then also, like, I feel so bad.
I have all the cleaning stuff, and
that's fair.
I turned it off this time. I should have turned off the bathroom light too, but I have the fucking wax melt thing in there too.
That's fair. I'm gonna say, cause I mean, you can do that. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I don't even know if I have a weekend I could plan like that. I really would have to dedicate a weekend to it. You know what's funny is, like, having to tell Melissa, like, hey, so Edie's gonna come over and we're just gonna shit our brains out, and she's just gonna be like, I guess, okay.
You know who we could get to join us?
And we're gonna do it straight. I'm kidding. That'd be terrible.
You know who would join us?
Oh boy,
Jake.
You're not wrong.
We could 100% get him to come over for a boys' night, and I'd be like, drink this.
But okay, well, yeah, but then at that point, so, like, obviously I have my bathroom, but then you guys get to draw straws for who gets which bathroom.
Honestly, the one downstairs, that one's the best one.
I mean, that's fair.
The fan works better in there. It's closed
you're not
off.
wrong.
There's like 3 doors in the way, 2 doors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do like the way that one is. It's especially like for like when no one's home and it's just when I come home with Penny. So I'll just like, cause she'll be fucking yelling at me, so I just leave that first door open and I just throw the fucking whatever toy it is through the door and hope it goes somewhere. And I usually just hear her fucking screaming because she's not sure where it went.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hit my funny bone.
Yeah. That's the worst. Oh my god. So, something that happened at work, they had one of the wires in the ground went bad under the line because it's like a magnetic through the cart type deal. And I don't know. It's some weird electric system through the concrete, but the wire is in the ground, and they had to dig through it. So like we were down one day, like I think it was Wednesday, yesterday. I like come in and like they're totally down, and they're just like jackhammering in this one spot. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, so that was interesting. I guess it happened before, and it took them 4 hours, and that was on like a miracle. This one took them about 6, and it's because they just kind of filled the hole and put a metal plate on it.
Yeah, I don't know why they would encase it in concrete after they already fixed it once. Like I would make an access to it.
Well, the whole thing is under there, so that's like I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the funny thing. I didn't have time. So like the guy I was kind of talking to about it on the skilled trades, that I happened to catch him because he stopped to say hi real quick on his way out. I didn't know that he was just driving by, and I was like, oh shit, hey. And he's like, yeah, it's a whole complicated system, but like I'm on my way out. And I was like, oh damn, sorry. I wouldn't have stopped you if I knew you were like leaving to go home.
Yeah.
But he was basically like, yeah, like it's like it's essentially it's like a microwave over there, but like it's not. It's some weird system that they got where the carts move through and everything is buried underground. Kind of deal.
Yeah, you guys have the older AGVs. Yeah, we've got it. Now it's like they use like guided strips, so it's
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, but it's
the wire under the ground for that.
We don't have it underground anymore, I don't believe.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we have an old ass plant too, so that's probably part of it. Thing used to be a missile plant before. Before it was a car plant, it was a missile plant. Apparently, there's I think they said that there's still a missile silo that is like under one of the final lines that I used to walk through every day, because it's I mean they just, you know, they covered it up essentially and then encased it and everything. It's just filled. There's just probably like a feet of cement.
Yeah. I watched a TikTok. I'm hitting buttons. I watched a TikTok of some urban explorer, and he's like, "Guys, we found an old NASA area." And like he took you through this tunnel and then into the area, and he's like, "Look, this is where the rockets went off, and like you can still see some." And then everyone in the comments are like, "Bro, that's a missile silo, and those don't look old. You need to leave. Like, you need to leave."
Because they're going to come at you right now.
Yeah, but he's like, "Yeah, it's for NASA." And everyone's like, "Those are bombs."
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah, because like, I mean, that would be sick to like see those things, but also like there is that like, obviously they just sit there for years and years and years, but there is that like irrational fear every time that I would be right by it. I'd be like, something is just going to make it do it now while I'm here, and I will just literally cease to exist
Yeah.
in every form.
And
I feel like almost like it. I feel like that level. If like you were standing next to the missile as it and next to a nuke as it went off,
you're dead.
that like, well, you're dead. But I feel like it's so powerful. Like whatever soul energy you had there was also obliterated. Like there's no escape.
You
know what I mean?
Deleted.
Like, yeah, like it's such a large amount of heat that continues to go off for a second that like you do that and then your soul's like I'm leaving. It's just like oh.
Yeah, honestly, you bring up a weird spiritual thing. Like, if somebody's obliterated, does it obliterate their soul? If the soul is a thing, like have you seen those the pictures of like after nuclear explosions where like it literally leaves the shadow?
Yeah.
Shit's here.
I mean, yeah, that shit's crazy. But like, yeah, I was like, I feel like that's I can't even imagine. That'd be so. I would be like, honestly, like even if I accidentally came across something, there's no way I'm like going inside it. Cause one, most likely like I don't want to deal with like if there's a random squat or homeless dude in it, or also accidentally knocking some shit on or off or whatever. I mean, obviously they totally depower and decommission everything kind of shit in a way that it can't come on, but I don't know. They don't. I know they don't.
They're
so they do, but they don't.
But dude, we know how shitty the government and the military is. Like, I was one of them. Like, it's normal people doing this shit. Like, we fuck up. Look at Vietnam, man. All the fucking mines that we just left. Like,
yeah, so I'm just kind of like, I would never even, like, I've never, like, I think we did the closest thing I've done to like an urban thing would be when we were doing old band promos, and we went to a broken down psych facility, but just on the outside, and it wasn't like a massive one, but we still went there, and that was I have a couple of those photos actually up on my Facebook still. There's some ones of like me doing the funny thing behind Rico. That's where we got the one of Davion sneezing.
yeah.
That's the shoot. That's where that happened.
Nice.
Leah took that, and then Leah took that, and it was, yeah, because it was they're the ones that told us about it. Her and Anthony.
Yeah.
And so then we went there, and then fucking, she perfectly caught Davion full mouth open sneeze, and then did we make him a blanket?
Yeah, I turned him into the Eclipse, and then you made a blanket of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, you
you
made a blanket of just his face. I don't think you did one of the Eclipse.
It was the whole Eclipse thing, because I remember us doing that. Like,
yeah.
I should ask him if he still has that. I know he doesn't, but like I should remind him that he had that at one point. or it'd be funny if we just made that and then just sent it as a gift from the Buffalo House, and just like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden it's just this. It's that photo.
Dude,
like, I mean, that would be funny. I definitely. The problem is I don't know for sure if his grandparents still live at the exact same place. Because if they do, I could figure out the address. But like, I don't. Because that's where he was at. That's the only place I would know to send it. I think he lives there.
I'll just ask his girlfriend.
Yeah, once we have it, you should be like, hey, we have a gift. Where
I'll
can
be
we
like,
send this to?
Hi, I'm that weird guy you maybe don't remember who used to do weird shit and semi-cyberbully your boyfriend in good fun. Here you go.
Yeah, basically.
I haven't seen him
God, that'd be so
since
funny.
since around when we started the podcast. But here you go.
Honestly, it'd be like, and honestly, if we do it though, it should be an actually like one of those like really nice fleece blankets.
Mm.
So he has to like be like, do I bring this on tour?
Honestly,
And like
I-
and he's just like his face.
I was just thinking, with how often I travel for work, nobody ever really knows where I am. I would totally 100% drive to somewhere he's on tour and just bring it to him. Just show up and be like,
I
hey,
am literally,
good set, bro. Here you go.
honestly, like I am looking right now just to see if he happens to be going on any sort of tour close to there, because that would be fucking hilarious.
He's in Kansas City this month. That'd be fucking wild, man. Oh.
No, it looks like he's home right now. So he was on he was on tour in February. Now he's just home. He's still waiting. I think he's waiting for they're writing and doing stuff in the band he's in. He was just filling in on other places. So, but yeah, dude, that'd be legendary. Cause he'd just be like, "What the fuck?" Like I have seen him, but I haven't seen him that much in years. And then all of a sudden, we're just like, "Hey, here's a."
It would
Here's a
make
blanket.
sense coming from us, man. Just be like, here's a present.
Oh, I gotta when we remind me to tell you I have an idea for a gift for someone.
Mm-hmm.
After this, not my wife or anything, but it's
Is
just
it
I
me?
think it'd be. No, it's not.
Damn.
But it's it's for a wedding gift
Okay.
for someone. So I'm like, I think it'd be fun. But like, I'm gonna tell you about that afterwards. I thought because I don't know if they listen. I don't think they do. But I don't want to be. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they do. If they do, it's fine.
If they do, it was probably clips, which I haven't been doing.
That's fair. Okay, so for Andy,
He might listen.
Yeah.
I don't think he does though.
if you do, I'm sorry. You're gonna kind of you might know this. I don't know if I'm doing it yet. So I'm going to get him actually, like, we're going to get him an actual serious gift or whatever, and a serious card, but I also want to get him an unserious gift.
Okay.
In which I want, one, I'm going to get him the gift, and then a QR code with a video to instructions on how to use the gift, and that gift is going to be ball in a cup.
Nice.
And then I want it to just be a QR code, and it just goes to that video of Family Guy doing the ball in the cup video.
Nice.
I don't know why, but I just think it'd be really funny. Cause like the other thing, I might have said it on here a while ago too, but like a couple people that I know that have got like graduated things and had a graduation party. The last two that I went to, I bought them gnomes.
I think we talked about this forever ago.
Yeah, graduation gnomes.
Yeah, I got
Well,
I got Damon a sword for getting into med school because he posted he posted that thing where it was like in Sweden or something they give you a sword when you get your doctorate, and I was like, huh, and I commented bet on it, and he's like, wait, no, what? And then I showed up to a D&D game that I couldn't play, brought the sword in, and was like, I gotta leave.
here you go. Dude, that's funny. I was sorry. Damn it. I blanked.
That's all good. Graduation gifts, gnomes.
Yeah. So like the problem was is I found those because they were at the Rite Aid that happened to be by me and it closed. And I'm just like, all right, so
Yeah.
like next one I'm gonna have to go find a gnome now. And I'm still gonna give him a card, but I'm still just like at this point like I know it's really dumb, but I feel like there's something in me that wants to just keep doing it. And just be like, I know you can just throw it out if you don't want it, but also just throw it in your garden, and now you have a gnome. We don't even have one at this house.
Wow.
I am just putting gnome. I'm just giving gnomes to people. I don't have a gnome.
Here's the thing. You gave me the idea. What are those made out of? Ceramic?
Yeah. Are we making meat and gnomes of ourselves?
Nope.
That'd be fun.
I mean, sorry, I said nope. Like we weren't. We can, but that wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
You guys, how long have you been married now?
Almost 2 years.
So this year is something made out of cotton.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to relook at when I can get you a gnome.
Yeah. No, I would say like I'm getting close to that point where I gotta start figuring out what I'm getting her. I know we do trips and all that stuff. I'm still getting her something small.
I already have something.
I forgot what was the first year. What was it? I got her something. I forgot.
Well, it depends. There's traditional, which is paper.
It was paper. It was paper.
Modern.
I forgot what I got her.
Modern is apparently clogs. I've never seen anybody do the modern list. That's
that's watch. So that's like a watch. No.
Yeah. But yeah, I already have something planned for 2 of your guys' years, but now I have something planned for a 3rd and possibly a 4th.
That's fun.
You're getting a gnome eventually.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it once a gnome has been bestowed. That's so funny. Yeah, I just be like, why? Someone eventually asks, "Why do you have so many gnomes?" I'm like, they've just been bestowed upon me.
Well, I mean, now that you mentioned it on here, I'm like, that's gonna sit and rattle in my brain, and then fucking like 8 years from now, I'm gonna be like, why do I want to get Brandon a gnome?
Dude, I don't know why, because it really was funny. Because I think it was Mitch. Oh yeah, Mitch. It was when Mitch graduated. And like I've been a long time friend with him too, so I think it was just funny to just be like, "Why the fuck are you giving me a gnome?" It was just like, "Here you go," and a card, with some money in it. But like, it was still like the funny thing of just like whatever. I think they actually did put it out there, and Felicia should be graduating dental school soon, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna that's kind of what came to my mind is like, so we're gonna be seeing them in a week to golf. We were talking about that before, but I'm definitely going to have to get them a gnome. Now I'm just like, all right, which kind of gnome which one do I get? I'm just gonna go to a place that happens to sell them, and I just pick out the one that calls usually. But I could do some research.
No,
Let me know what you find, sir.
I like the idea of just going and whatever gnome calls.
Yeah. Well, that was it. I was just like, they had like the first 2 times they had a surprising amount of options for gnomes. Like they had like maybe 4 of them, and I was like, all right, like I want this one. And there's definitely different options than other times. So I just kind of laughed. I was like, honestly, there's a guy at like that was part of Rite Aid that was just approving like, yeah, we'll put some gnomes on the shelves. Like that's one of the little, because they have like the mini garden section kind of thing of like decoration stuff, and I was just like, that's just like a interesting space choice, for a Rite Aid.
I've seen them. I've seen them. Your Rite Aid was weird. That's where I used to get my drugs.
Yeah.
And every time I went in there, it did not feel like a Rite Aid.
It's yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I guess maybe it has something to do with the fact that we're out here. Like it's a different. Changes for the needs of what's around us. So I don't know. Maybe more people are like.
Yeah.
I really don't know. That's why I think it's an interesting choice. I'm like, how did someone like I get maybe the rest of it was filled with all the other shit, and they're like, all right, well, we have all this empty space. I guess yeah, fuck it, just they don't go bad. So if they, that's probably part of it. But then also like maybe that's why they closed down because they were like, let's just fill this space. Fuck it, buy some gnomes. Like, and they're going on. There's just one guy in a warehouse just filled with thousands of gnomes. It's just like, because thousands of gnomes in a warehouse, if they happen to all be facing the same direction,
Would be
you just turn that on. Oh my god, the level of terror that would go through my body, just being faced with. Well, because like I would imagine I would turn into Twitch from South Park.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Like in the underwear gnomes. That's because like every time I think of gnomes, I also think of that joke. Is the underwear gnomes?
I don't know if I remember. I do remember. Sorry.
Yeah. There's the whole episode where for people that don't, it's an episode of South Park where there's this guy that essentially he has Tourette's, but it's really and they call him Twitch. He was they said like he's crazy, and he kept like saying that there's underwear gnomes that are taking his underwear and his clothes and shit like that. And then everyone doesn't believe him forever, and then eventually like they're all over his house and they see them like come out, and there's like essentially they're almost like the Keebler elves, and there's this whole like secret society of little underwear gnomes that are stealing people's shit. I think I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember mostly that. But it always makes me laugh because every time even in like fucking Oblivion or anything that has a goblin in it or a gnomes, I always think of fucking underwear gnomes now from South Park. And it's sad too because like there's part of me that's like, because Melissa doesn't watch South Park at all. I'm gonna I want to show her some, but it's one of those things where it is pretty. It's I think for her it's such a level of vulgar that she's just like, I just don't find that part funny, and I'm like, but also, damn it, because it like shaped my child. I try to show her bigger, longer, and uncut.
Yeah,
and I think because I was like, look, like my mom let us rent this. I think when I was 10 years old.
Dude, my parents got me the first 3 seasons and Bigger, Longer, and Uncut for Christmas, and I was so confused. I was like,
yeah,
you're allowing this? Like, you also got me
to be fair,
like 4 Naruto movies, but you're allowing this? Like,
yeah, what's funny is like I don't know what my mom thought. Like I don't know if she really had just never seen the show, or if like she had and was like, all right, like it's funny, it's just vulgar, that's fine, I'll deal with the vulgar, and didn't know like it also said like the like when Kenny dies and goes to heaven and there's just tits everywhere, or like the level of vulgarity that it was because it was a movie, like. Because she did not watch it with us. So when I told Melissa, I was like, this is one of the movies that shaped my childhood. Because I was just the perfect level of like immaturity to understand 90% of the stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of jokes I didn't get because like, I was also 10. But like, I remember fucking dying at Saddam Hussein because that's before he had died yet.
yeah. they were actively saying he was fucking the devil, and he was worse than the devil. Like, he was the abusive boyfriend. Wild.
Yeah. And then eventually he died. Oh, wait, no. Maybe... No, it might have been right... No. It makes sense that it would have been right after... Or about right after that, because that was during... right after 9/11. Because I was 9 years old when 9/11 happened. So, like, I would have been... When I was 10, it would have been, like, in 2001. It probably came out in 2001 or 2002. So I might have been 11.
No, he died in 2006, man.
No, but the movie came out 2001, 2002,
1999. 1999.
Wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It would have been like because it was at a family video. Like, we rented it there. It wasn't like I saw it in theaters. We just rented the video. Wow. So
they were giving
like him, it was that
they were giving him shit before 9/11. Wow.
That's crazy. I mean, to be fair, he was not a good dude.
No.
But like, it was one of those. I don't even know. I'm not gonna get into that because then like, it's almost like the whole like one like hit how they got him out was staged and shit. But like the whole like it's like Libya. Where the guy was all a piece of shit, but then like once they took him out, like it just became ultimate chaos because no one took control anymore, and so it was like rocking a hard place bullshit. I'm like, dude, this is like wild.
Yeah.
But that's funny because like they always call it out like again like 99, and then 2 years later that's the shit that goes down, and they go after him for like when he wasn't involved.
You want to know how old he was when he died?
What, 46?
69.
Oh. Ha, nice.
That's when I want to die. 4 years.
I mean,
2 years of retirement for us.
I'll be honest, dude. Like, if I'm still alive and you die at the age of 99 or 69, I am going to like just put a card in that little slot of your funeral case that just says nice.
Oh, dude, throw a fucking rager. Like,
that's fair.
I invite strippers. I'm not a stripper guy. Invite strippers. Put a fucking pole up, you know, like dying at 69. Hell yeah, man.
We'll do the whole thing where we taxidermy your body in drinking stage, like that. You're just sitting in the chair, like.
I would love it.
Yeah,
man. That'd be a fucking vibe.
Attach a luge to it so people can double shot down you for the.
Hell yeah.
Your eventually rotting corpse is also covered in whiskey and alcohol and tequila and wine that you're allergic to.
The best way to go out.
Yeah, that'd be a way to go. Especially because what's worse is because you are 69, so we'll look old as fuck.
Oh yeah. And
then like it'll be even funnier that they're like, yo, these fucking old people are throwing the craziest rager for this old guy. They're like, I've never seen these old people. I've never seen an old person so fucked up. And then they're like, there is one lady that just will not stop crying in the corner. And it's not about him. It's not about him. She's just there crying. They're like,
I was gonna say that. Yeah, it's not even anybody crying about me. It's just somebody way too drunk or sad.
Crying about remembering the boyfriend they lost at the Buffalo House. I'm saying it's that one lady that we like had to get her boyfriend like call the cops on. It's that no, I don't even know. I'm sure that's a fine. But like yeah, that'd be dude. No, it's not. I don't know.
It's not.
I'm sure it did not work out right.
I believe they have children together now.
Well, fuck. I mean, hey, you know what? I guess they got whatever. No,
No,
so they.
I still see them pop up on my Facebook. I'm like, oh,
Oh, okay, so it's good.
it's not.
It's not they. So they just happen to have.
Yeah.
So are they co-parenting then?
No, they're just shitty. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to talk shit.
no.
Maybe it's better behind
Yeah, it's
closed
fine.
doors, but I don't think it is.
That's fun. Yeah, we kind of did the same thing with one of the people we know is like an ex. Like they like actively got like we're posting shit about not one of ours or one of our friends that's listening to this at all. It's but they were posting shit about like very obviously like things are not going well and they like just got married and shit and yeah, it's I was like, man, this is we like Melissa asked me a couple days ago, she's like, so do you think that like that they're even because like I have long not been friends with this person since they broke up, like it's been years and years on Facebook. So I'm just, it's one of those like, I don't see it. It was only, all of my knowledge came because Melissa was still friends with them on Facebook. And so like, I was like, I don't think so, but I also don't know. And that's like an interesting spot to be like, I was always like, man, like, you got married, cool. Like, I hope it works. But like, I hate saying that we were right and we knew that wasn't going to go out well. And if that's the case, like, I hate saying we were right, but, like, dude. Because I've definitely been wrong about few. But, like, that one I knew it was,
Is this somebody?
I'll text you.
I was gonna say, is this somebody I know?
Yes.
Is it one of my exes?
What? No. Is it one of whose exes?
One of my exes?
No. I just texted you. But, yeah.
Hold on, I'm opening it up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Like,
Mario.
like that's one of those guys where I'm just like, man, I don't think anything's I don't know. But I don't even know where to go from there because that's just funny to like just try and I'm just trying not to talk shit anymore. But like dude, you know what's funny is like so like about the husband in that group, they I guess I've heard that like some people have talked shit about our set at the Warped Tour Battle of the Bands thing because we happen to be friends with Mike, and then also that we brought the most people and we played a better set. Like I don't know, like it was one of those things like I saw some people talking shit about it on Facebook a while back, and I was just like,
still
okay,
that shit was forever
yeah
ago, man.
Well, it was one of those like memories of something came back, and then like I read the comments of like where they didn't think it came across mine kind of deal, and I didn't comment back, but I kind of wanted to be one of those like, no offense, but like none of our bands went anywhere, like, you know.
Yeah.
And like I think to our credit we planned really hard for that show. Like it was, you know, sorry. I mean, and it also wasn't like they were. Also, the fun thing is like I think they were trying to say like it was our debut show, and it's like it was, but it wasn't. Like we still play together as a group at that Amir set where you got roofied. Like, yeah. Dude, that was the I forget that we did that set. Not because of that, but like that was the set it had. Like specifically, that was the songs we covered. We played that set in 13 minutes. I didn't realize that. Like, it was so fucking fast, and because we didn't take any time in between songs. We just played song, song, song. And they told us we were limited to 6 songs, assuming that we would probably banter in between songs. And we were just like, nope, we're just going to rip through the set. And we did. Because, like, multiple people missed our set and said so because they were like, fuck, like... I wanted to come throw down at that because that was one of the harder sets of the night, and we were like, yeah, we just right through. And Amir's songs are short, and we didn't think to be like, hey, like, is there an actual time limit, not a song limit? Because these are like 3-minute songs. We probably could have done a longer set. Like, we could have done like 4 more songs realistically. Yeah. But I completely forget about that because I pulled it up and once in a oh, that's what it was. Fucking Dylan just went and saw. They were opening up for someone. He went and saw, and I was laughing because I was like, dude, I forgot they exist and we covered them.
To be fair, I forgot that entire set too.
I mean, yes, I don't blame you for that one. I was just telling a coworker about that yesterday because it's like I was telling you, like the line went down and shit. Mm-hmm. One of my, I guess, someone I used to work with and I still work with, but have worked with for a while. He's on the team next to me. One of those guys over there, he like came over and he was like, "So you used to be a drummer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, he was telling me, Steve was just telling me about all that. And he's like, you're also like, you're big into tattoos? Because like I wear a shirt, so yeah. It's not super show. Like I have some, but it's not obviously the tattoo. And I was like, yeah. And so we were shooting the shit, and I was telling him about some of those shows, and I eventually got to laughing about like telling him how essentially we all met that same night when I met my wife, and then that you got roofied. And telling him that whole story, and he was just laughing his ass off. He's like, that's fucking crazy, dude. Like, and then I also told him that I did tell you, like, if you need me to get roofied to figure out who the fuck it is, I told him, I was like, I owe him. I do owe you. So if that's what it takes at some point, let's go. Melissa will be there. She'll see what happens. I don't know what happens. I'll be and maybe she shouldn't be there. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, this is not a good option. But like, I will, because I mean, to be fair, what happened is you did become so belligerent that someone approached me and said, "Hey, you need to get him to leave." Yeah. So what'll happen is you just do that. You let me wander for like an hour, and then be like, "Hey, who is it?" And then I'll just say some stuff, and then you're just like, the world of talk to me at that point, and then you just put me in a bed. That'll work. That's exactly how that'll work.
Oh, you got to pass out on my couch and nothing but your boxers next to your manager.
Yeah. To be fair, we definitely didn't take any of your clothes off. So
I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that was yeah, I just remember I just told Jason, I was like, "Hey, just bring him home. Just set him up on the couch. They'll be fine." And I was just like, I figured you'd just be out by then. And then yeah, that was funny. The more thing I was scared about was like if you were not gonna get out of his car. Because you passed out in the car, and then like he'd be like, "Hey, I need you to come home because I'm me and I can't physically move these 2 humans by myself."
We're fucking big boys, man. Especially compared to Jason. Shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure he could have like, it would have looked bad if he would have had to like drag you guys into the house, and they would have been like, you don't even live here. Like, why are you dragging these two people into a house you don't live at? Like, and then you'd be like, he's gonna marry her. He just,
It's gonna happen. I know it.
I have lip cancer.
Dude,
That's still one of my favorite parts.
I have no recollection of it. I do remember being like a little worried about that around that time frame. Like, just
Yeah.
everybody was getting cancer in my family, and I'm like, oh, it could be me.
Yeah, and then the homeless guy was like, "I have cancer," and you're like, "Oh, me too." And he was just like, I think my favorite part was like, I think you said that to him. He realized he's like, "Fuck, this guy's like, there's no, there's no hope. This guy is gone." I approached people that can't help me.
I was
Yeah, he's like,
I was broke as shit back then anyway. I couldn't help him at all.
"Oh yeah, me too." I was like, "Yeah, I don't have any money." I was like, I was like, all my shit's inside. I just helped carry him outside, so I didn't have anything on me at that. I had my phone. That was it. So, but yeah, dude, that was fun. Not funny for you, but in retrospect,
it's
it
a
is
little
a thing.
funny in retrospect.
And
And
so like,
no one really
what?
held grudges from what I know. Like, once they were like, "Oh, you got roofied," that explains it. You're
Yeah.
okay.
oh yeah, no, 100%. Literally every single person that like that told me like that you had bugged, I went and told them, I'm like 100% sure he got roofied because he didn't plan on drinking tonight, and so to see him like that, and they were all like, "Oh yeah, no, there's no way he would have gotten like that if he wasn't planning on drinking, because you guys have to try at that point." Like that was that was like a real like, all right, we have to have a game plan about getting drunk for this, essentially.
Like, I think I had a shot and a beer, and then I went back to get another shot. My beer got spilled, and then somebody handed me their beer. So I had 2 shots and like a beer and a half.
Yeah,
And then everything was
I remember
gone.
Well, I was gonna say, I remember you saying the next day that what happened was you did need another beer, and some hold on, people you were talking to, this guy walked up and was trying to offer a girl a beer, and she already had one. She's like, "Oh, I don't need one." You're like, "Oh shit, I need one. I'll take it." And then he couldn't like be like, "No, it's for her specifically."
No, she
gave it.
spilled my beer. Like, she got a beer from somebody, spilled my beer, and then gave me her beer.
Oh,
But there might have been a guy trying to get her beer earlier. Oh,
well, that's honestly what. Wow.
But I do
it.
remember
Yeah.
I had like half a beer left and was like, you know what, I could do another shot, get another beer. And then on the way to get a beer, she spilled mine. We were talking to her earlier. She was cool. My manager at the time told me he was trying to smash and hook up her. Just to realize years later, he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm fucking gay." I'm like, "Oh, good for you, buddy."
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. At that point, I thought he already was gay, and no one said. I didn't ask.
did
I
I.
just assumed that's what it was. Yeah, so we
did
were
I.
just like, oh, and I was just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Let him come to the show and hang out and have a good time. And then I felt bad that he also got roofied with you.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, because we talked about it like years later. I was like, "Yeah, man, that was fucking wild when we got roofied." And he was like, "Yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy." He's like, and then like some time passed, and then a little bit later, he's like, "Also, you know, just a heads up, man, I'm officially out now." And I was like, "Oh, dude, I thought you already were."
Yeah. That's the funny. Yeah, like I've had that one. I've only had that a couple times. That time, obviously, when you said that, eventually, that I was like, oh yeah, no, I thought that. And then I've had a couple people where like, someone I used to be friends with in second grade, like we hung out a couple times and we played the shit out of Mega Man one time, and then like I always thought, I was like, I feel like you like dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't tell them that, but like I always had that in my mind, and like, you know, now I'm Facebook friends with him, and I'm like, yeah, I was right. Fuck yeah. He's like, he's doing good and whatever. And I was like, but because I always remember like being like, I was like, well, I mean, most of the signs were is that he was hanging out with the girls playing My Little Pony.
Oh fuck.
Not joking, like that was actually accurate. But then also like,
I used to do
I forgot.
that too.
Well, I was running around playing Sonic, or Army Man, or Pokemon, or whatever the day. But I remember that, and I was just like, oh yeah, fuck it, whatever, cool, dude, yeah. And then we eventually ended up hanging out, and then, yeah, we beat like fucking 10 or 12 levels of Mega Man in the night and stayed up way too late, like we weren't supposed to. His brother's the one that showed me who Lamb of God was.
Nice. I thought you were gonna say his
Yeah.
brother's the one who showed me boobies. I'm like,
No. Nope. Nope. Those I found on my own. No, that's a lie. I found them from my dad's magazines he left around. But
Anime.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. With that said, thank you guys for listening and watching. We love you. We hope everything is going well. We hope you do well, do things, all that jazz. Be nice. Be nice to those people that deserve it.
And fight those that don't.
Bye bye.